evening everyone, Kalla here, welcome to my live stream, glad you could make it today. So today I am rounding off this week of demos for Otome Games Celebration with Pre-Odyssey, Odysseus, Penelope and her ducks love at first quack. Which is Greek myth retold as an Otome game, which I think is really, really cool because I'm a giant nerd. I love mythology. And I love Otome games, so this is kind of perfect. This is going to be the shortest of these demos, or so I've been told. And you can find a link to the Steam page for this game in the description box. It releases next month, so if you want to go wishlist that. You can also find a link to the whole of the Otome Games Celebration Steam event, so that you can check out everything that's up there. So, it's time for some fun with myths and ducks. Why even say yes to Uncle Tindarius? Ooh, lore unlocked. How do I get to the lore? Is it under here? No, that is the save menu. All right, fine. It's my fault. I couldn't say no. Maybe it's not that bad. Hello, Drag. Yes, there are ducks. How are you doing? There are some very, very cute ducks. Very cute ducks. At least I don't have to see Father. It's just that I'm not comfortable with unfamiliar places. Everyone looks at us all weird here. At home, they ignore us. Oh? You too, huh? I like how all the ducks look different. And that duck looks like Quaxley. Didn't I tell you already why we're here? You know Helen, my cousin? She's very, extremely pretty, so kings and princes kept coming over to ask for her. I heard she's been upset, so Uncle called me and my sisters over. But we're not really familiar with each other. Besides, she doesn't like you guys being around. Hey, no swearing! She's still my cousin. That duck has a foul mouth on it, apparently.
As I've thought, I shouldn't have bothered coming here. That poor lady was swarmed by those men. Quite pitiable, if you ask me.
The young man turned around, only to see a sight to behold. Look at his face!
What am I looking at?
Right. Can I click on the no? I need to find out how to access the lore. It may wait a second. What's this? Preferences, auto skip. Lore! There we go! Found the button. Found the lore button. Right. Tindarius. Tindarius was the king of Sparta, father of Helen, who is best known as Helen of Troy, the face that launched 1,000 ships. Or not, it was said that Helen's true father was Zeus. Tyndareus was at a loss with what to do with the suitors who wished for his daughter's hand in marriage, until Odysseus gave him a helping hand. I'll look at the swan one after I've read this line about the swan. Between Helen and me, I'd say she's like a beautiful, majestic swan. Penelope likened her cousin Helen to a swan and herself to a duck. This was a reference to Helen's supposed conception. According to myth, Zeus took a liking to Helen's mother and disguised himself as a swan. Helen was said to be Zeus's daughter with Tyndareus' wife, making her the Spartan king's stepdaughter. The ducks don't like her. Well, I'm just a mangy little duck next to her. Did I just see a blink there in that CG? Or am I seeing things? Oh, yep. It's animated! That's always cool. Oh, sorry. That's not what I meant. You guys are great. Ducks are great.
Is she being swarmed by ducks?
I wonder if there's a duck prince or a duck king. And then they turn into a handsome man with a kiss. Is there any one of you like that?
By the gods. Are they conversing?
Never seen a girl talk to ducks before, Odysseus? And the ducks, in turn, reply and seemingly listen to the girl. Almost as though they actually understood each other.
How surreal.
The girl turned her head, caught sight of the man who'd been watching her. She pulled her veil over her face. What a handsome man! Penelope then whispered to her ducks. He must be one of Helen's suitors. The birds nudged her with their heads. Approach him? But... should I? Say hi or duck out on this one, which is definitely a pun in this case. No, we're gonna say hi. No, they're right. I should toughen up more. Being here and all, it's a nice opportunity to meet new people. Hold on, but what do I say? I can't just walk up to him for no reason, right? Right? The girl took in deep breaths to ready herself. All right, we can do this. And she turned around. Surprised, she almost tripped. Oh there, are you all right? Thankfully, he managed to catch her. He's holding my... Oh, look at the text wobbling as well. That's a cool effect. I don't smell like duck right now, do I? With her head filled with useless thoughts, the girl could only nod in response. Oh, that's good. Sorry about that. No, it's fine. I mean, I'm fine. Yes, I'm okay. Great first impression, Penelope. Go me! You don't have to be nervous around me. Nervous? Not me. Definitely not me. Right. I'm not convincing, am I? Not in the slightest. I want to go home. I'm Odysseus. Might I have the pleasure to hear your name? The man, or rather Odysseus, said as he held his hand out for a handshake. Huh? Oh, you may call me Penelope. She smiled, returning his gesture. Penelope? Such a pretty name. Yes. Honestly, she's not very fond of her name. For various reasons. Anyway, I just came over since I couldn't help but notice the sight of you. And your ducks. Watching you talk to ducks attracted my attention. Huh? You just call me attractive? No, he didn't. But we'll leave her to misunderstand. So, I was wondering, what's with the ducks? At that, the ducks, who had all kept quiet, suddenly started quacking. Almost as if they wanted their presence to be known. Ah, they're my friends. These little guys always follow me around. It's been like that since I was a child. At that, one of the ducks leaped into her arms. They're good kids. I see. Oh, wait! Did I just say what I did? You must think I'm a freak. A duck weirdo. While Penelope was wallowing in self-induced despair, the man had picked up one of the ducks and cradled it in his arms. Ah. I see he too has watched the YouTube videos on how to pick up a duck. Fascinating. They really are well behaved. At that comment, the duck in his arms held their head up, as if showing off. Ah, who's a good boy? You are, yes, you are. He began stroking the duck, which the bird seemed to enjoy. Having seen this sight, Penelope, who'd been forgotten, perked up. He's not making fun of me. Odysseus seems like a nice man. That little one says he likes you. Huh? So you really can understand what they're saying? Hello, Nick. How you doing? Am I digging my own grave again? No, Odysseus is nice. I think. I mean, I literally had only known him for a few minutes. But I feel like I could trust him. Yes, I've always understood their quacks. she finally replied. It's not weird, is it? Well, yes. It's very weird. What happened to my trust in you, Odysseus? You're very fascinating. I like you. Huh? Penelope.exe stopped working. At that, the duck he was cradling suddenly started biting him. Ow! And the ducks below started attacking him with tackles and pecks. Fine, sorry. I won't bully Penelope anymore, alright? At that quack, all of them stopped. I swear I could feel you all glaring at me. He whimpered, while stroking the angry duck he was holding. I am surprised and impressed that he managed to keep hold of a duck that was trying to attack him. Sorry about that. It looks like they went wild after I blanked out. It's fine. I didn't think they'd be protective of you. Well, they're my best friends. My only friends. But he doesn't need to know that. I see. You must not have many friends then. That's mean. I mean, he's right, but that was still mean. Cue in another duck attack. What did I do this time? Don't tell me I was right. You don't have friends. Ouch! Yes, it's a lot of ducks. Yeah. So many duck friends. I would love to have duck friends. He had it coming for him. Guys, it's fine. You don't have to keep attacking him. Thank you for the backup. With that, he set the duck down. You don't have to thank me for that. Well, as much as I'd like to continue chatting, I have some business to attend to. I may have gotten some duck bites, but this was fun. I'll drop by here again tomorrow. See ya. Wait! Before she could get any word out, the man had left her sight. A duck's the only thing that's going to be 100% voiced. Yeah, probably. Odysseus is partially voiced, and it looks like the ducks are always voiced. I forgot if I did this line already. Before she could get any word out, the man had left her sight. He's fast. Tomorrow, huh? At that quack, she turned to the duck on her arm. Oh, it's nothing. Come, it's almost time for lunch. Business? Sorry, no. Business? Right. He probably went off to see Helen. The next day, the lone girl gracefully walked along the hall, with a trail of ducks quacking behind her. She almost seemed like a mother duck, followed by her little ducklings. People whispered in the background. Isn't that the child of Prince Icarius? I hear she's mad. Such beauty is wasted on her. Why is she being followed by those birds? Is she a witch? But the girl simply continued walking. She had long learned to ignore gossip. She had her ducks, after all. Penelope had always told herself that they're all the friends she needed. Or perhaps she was simply too distracted to bother with any of that today. I wonder if I'll ever see Odysseus. He said he'll drop by again. Ah, yes, the gossip definitely flew by her. Oh, but would he really? Should I be seeing him like this? Won't it hurt his chances with Helen? Penelope! Great timing! Speak of the devil. Dragging him down? But Penelope didn't seem to have noticed the one occupying her head. Penelope! He might end up being called Duck Boy. Oh no, we can't have that. Grease to Penelope. Maybe I should stop seeing him for his own good? Penelope, quick, help me hide. Oh, it's just me. What? Okay, no more questions, just hide me. Is every set of choices going to have a duck pun in it? Because this game might kill me if it does. In a good way. Make him quack up the situation first, or help him. Yeah, why do you need to hide, Odysseus? Why do you need to hide? What's going on? You didn't accidentally murder someone, did you? Why is that the first place your mind goes, Penelope? Huh? How did you get to that conclusion? Do I look like someone who'd stab another person out of nowhere? No? Not really. You hesitated. Anyway, just hide me, I promise. I didn't do anything bad this time. Why? Why is there a this time there, Odysseus? You're curious as to why he hasn't tried using any duck puns. Yeah, that would probably earn him points, wouldn't it? This time? Sounds like he gets in trouble often. As requested, Penelope pulled Odysseus to a bush outside. Guys, surround the bush! She told the ducks, who immediately crowded Odysseus's hiding spot. What's going on? Why are we doing this? We heard someone scream. Just then, two unfamiliar figures sprinted right over to Penelope's direction. Oop, we got some more lore! More lore! Greek vases. Ancient Greek vases had a special painting technique which gave them red, orange, and black colours. They were the inspiration for the aesthetic of the NPC silhouettes. That is cool. the worst way to hide him. I mean, no one's gonna look in the pile of ducks. Oh, that was me. I, almost tripped. I hope you're fine? The taller man asked with concern. He had chestnut brown hair and amethyst-coloured eyes. His body seemed well built. The other one had short black hair and brown eyes. He had the same stature as Odysseus, or at least he seemed to. Both of them were wearing simple white tunics. Yes, I am. Thank you for asking. Good. Look at the ducks. Act natural, guys. I like this one in the sunglasses. The black-haired one nodded and then looked around. It didn't really take long for the man to lock onto the peculiar duck bush. They were menacing. Menacing! JoJo's reference. The man let out a nervous laughter before turning his attention back to the girl. Yeah, no, those ducks are bad news. Anyway, have you seen someone pass by here? Her companion, brown hair, about this length. He went on to gesture around his shoulder, similar to Odysseus's hair. Red eyes. Yeah, scary red eyes, impossible to miss. He added in deadpan. Have you seen him? Huh? Her eyes unconsciously trailed over to the bush's direction. Quack on him or quack a lie. He trusted us to hide him. We can hide him. He passed by. He ran this way? She pointed further along the hallway. Yes, he bumped into me earlier. That's why I screamed. He was the one who made me scream, and that part wasn't a lie. The two looked at each other, almost as though they were doubtful. Run along now, you might lose him. Her smile made them step back for a moment. Both nodded before finally following the direction she pointed toward. That was nerve-wracking. Sorry that I made you deal with those two. Oh, it's fine. They were nice. They were worried about me. Yeah, the quacking bush is nothing more than a quacking bush. Yep. Just ducks there! No humans, just ducks. Those jerks. Hey, I'm not scary, am I? Huh? No? So yeah, they're jerks. Stupid Ajax. Stupid Antilopus. He nodded to himself sagely. Thanks for cooperating with me back there. I could tell you struggled with lying. You didn't need to point that out. Why were you running from them anyway? Because they wanted to drag me off to drink in broad daylight. I'm fine if it was only that. But we all know they just wanted to complain about their love life. They got dumped by Helen like a sad sack of olives, you see. He's hiding because he didn't want to be dragged to the pub. Cut. Olives. Tomatoes didn't arrive in Greece until after the 15th century, while potatoes were only brought in during the 18th century. That's why Odysseus says sad sack of olives instead. Later in the Odyssey, Penelope tested Odysseus by telling him that she'd have their bed moved. Odysseus protested, arguing that it'd be impossible, as he had carved it out of the trunk of a living olive tree himself. Something only the two of them knew about, thus proving his identity as the hero Odysseus. Where's my cursor? There it is. Sounds like you three are good friends. She chuckled. Did you even listen to me talk? What part of what I said made it sound like we're friends? Oh, am I being presumptuous? You sounded fond of them, so I thought... It's not like I have friends, so I really wouldn't know. Sorry, I guess I was mistaken. Right. You don't have other friends, huh? You don't have to point that out. Cue in another duck attack. Ow, ow. Okay. I'm sorry. I was just ruffling her feathers. See, now he's getting another on the duck puns. That's even meaner. Well, you better get used to it. That's how friends are. Sometimes. So, you're not exactly wrong about those guys, I guess. Wait. Penelope.exe is loading. Are you implying that we're friends? Yeah, huh? Yeah. Aren't we already? I mean, sure. I guess you're a different kind of friend compared to the blockheads who normally surround me. You're a man and I'm... Huh? You're friends with ducks. Odysseus spoke in a very monotone voice. Well, yes. So what's wrong with being friends with me? Well... She's not really sure why she kept searching for an excuse. Her social skills were simply non-existent. I mean, you only came here for Helen anyway. As a result, she ended up quacking the first thing from the top of her head. Oh no, did I just... It's over. Never in her life did she want to disappear so badly. Unfortunately, her legs seemed to have frozen up, so she couldn't even run away. You were worrying about that? Don't laugh! I only came here because I was curious about this most beautiful woman in the world. But I knew that I stood no chance anyway. I just joined the bandwagon as an excuse to take a vacation. I'm not interested in Helen. I didn't even bring a gift. You should have seen the look on your uncle's face when he learned that I'd came empty-handed. Not that he accepted any of the other gifts. Really, I'm just a curious onlooker here. Oh. Somehow, his words had lifted the burden on her chest. Penelope had never felt this relieved. Wait, why am I relieved? So, are you satisfied now? Well... She wanted to say... It's not like something like this would satisfy me or anything. Ooh, tsundere. But she had no guts to pull off a tsundere act. Won't you be troubled if you were associated with me? She didn't have the best reputation after all. And that was putting it lightly. You're worried about that? Let people say what they want, think what they want. If they have any complaints, direct them to the King of Ithaca and see if they'll still talk. Who? Penelope, he's standing right in front of you. Odysseus pointed to himself. Me. I'm the King of Ithaca. Don't tell me you didn't know who you were talking to. Oh, right. Helen's suitors are kings and princes. Of course Odysseus would be one as well. Helen herself was a daughter of the Spartan king Tyndareus. Or, well, stepdaughter? It's a long story. Even I knew you're a daughter of Prince Icarius, at least. Then... She finally continued, biting her lips. Then, if you're fine with being hounded by ducks... Are you kidding? I'm more than okay with these guys. I mean, Greek heroes are just like that. Also, who's going to tell the king that he's not allowed to go for a vacation? Hello, Shama. I'm not too bad, how are you? He reached out to one of them and stroked the bird's head. Seeing the gesture, the other ducks began surrounding him, seemingly hoping for a pet as well. I love these guys. Besides, if it weren't for them, we probably wouldn't be talking like this. It's gotten noisy, huh? Aw, look at him being all blushy. The young man said quietly. Penelope could only nod, and Odysseus smiled. And that was how we became friends. Ever since then, while the other suitors continued to try and woo Helen, Odysseus would spend time with Penelope instead. The two would just talk, tell each other stories, but mostly play with ducks. Have you heard about Atalanta? Of course I have. She was raised by bears, wasn't she? Correct. Abandoned by her father at birth, raised by bears, and joined a group of hunters. Ooh, we have law. We have infanticide. In ancient Greece, the killing of your offspring was frowned upon and seen as a barbarous act. However, exposure was accepted. An act of deserting the child, be it in a forest, roadside, or someone else's front door. Whether the child survives or not would be up to fate. It seemed that there were loopholes to this, such as exposure to the sea. Yet, if fate wills it, one's life shall be spared from even such a workaround. Abandoned by her father? How sad. She was most known for being part of the Caledonian boar hunt, as well as a member of the Argonauts. Argonauts? Didn't you mention that your father was part of that too? You remembered. He was also part of the boar hunt. So, you know, he told me the story about that one time at Atalanta. Odysseus was especially good at telling stories, and he had a lot to tell. Penelope would always listen to him with keen interest. Whenever they spent their time together, it was almost as though they were in their own world. However, all good things must come to an end. And then, Tusa, the number of suitors have significantly dwindled. So he and Ajax? Does that mean that once Helen has chosen a husband, Odysseus will have to go home? Ditch doesn't. We found them. No, wait. I have to go home. Can you believe they did that? It's not like I can bring him home with me. Hold on. Why would I think about bringing him home? Odysseus's voice was drowned in the sea of her thoughts. Hey, are you listening? When did you get so close? Oh, so you really weren't listening. Guys, she's so mean, right? He turned to the ducks, asking for their validation. See? Even Duckimedes agrees. Actually, that little one said, "Don't ask me." And when did he give them names? Recently, Odysseus had been trying to converse with her ducks. Emphasis on trying, he'd get them wrong 99% of the time. Penelope never corrected him, so he probably thought he was getting it right. So, tell me, what's bothering you? Huh? Did the duckies mess your bed this morning? The birds flapped their wings in protest. Hey, it's a joke. The ducks seemed offended, but they let his insolence be this time. They are benevolent creatures after all. Should I tell him? Yeah, let's tell him. Hey, this choice doesn't have a duck pun in it. So they don't all have duck funds in them. It's about Helen. Oh, go on. Do you think she's any closer to picking a suitor? Yeah, my bet is Menelaus. Oh, then Odysseus will be going soon. You don't have to worry about your cousin or uncle actually making a choice anytime soon, though. Penelope blinked. Huh? Why? Let's put it this way. What will happen to the other suitors who had put so much effort and resources in courting her and her father? Yeah, they're not going to be happy. They would get upset. And they would bear a grudge, maybe toward Uncle or the one who got picked. You got it. Smart girl. It's not that much. Anyway, is that why Uncle refuses to accept the gifts they've brought? Odysseus nodded. Otherwise, it will just fan the flame of the already volatile competition. In addition to that, it's not just your cousin on the line here. The throne of Sparta is also up for grabs through marriage with her. It's more complicated than I initially thought, huh? You're also very much involved in these throne games, you know. What was that? Don't mind me. Okay. So then, is there any chance that Helen would pick you? Me? No way. I pretty much don't even exist as far as she's concerned. Didn't I tell you? I came here not expecting anything. But you're... Exit the conversation. Let's go with all of the above. You're fun to be around. You're handsome and you're also charming. I'm sure many others would want to get close to you. I didn't know you thought that well of me. Although I'd say the opposite is true for others. Most would rather not associate with the King of Ithaca. Huh? Why? Well, anyway. He laughed nervously. I didn't expect to hear you flirt with me like this. Even your ducks agree. One time he just had to get them right. Oh, look, it's getting dark! She spoke in quick succession. Oh, we have to get going. See you.
Hey, wait!
He followed her and grabbed Penelope as soon as he caught up.
Let me walk you back to your place.
It's okay. I can go on my own. Besides, don't you have any other business to attend to?
None at all. That's why I'm offering to welcome you back.
Aren't you a king? Don't you have work to do?
I'm on vacation.
I already hear enough nagging back home. As you should. I thought we were friends. Didn't you say friends can be mean to each other sometimes? You're learning from me, huh? You're supposed to be the nice friend. I can play mean if I want. Then I guess I'll play nice next time. You've always been nice, even when you're being mean. Oh, really? And then silence. The area where they stood was rather secluded, and since it was getting late, there wasn't really anyone around. Even the ducks in the background remained quiet as they watched. If their feathery companions could talk, they would have screamed, "Just kiss already!" The awkward silence between them was almost unbearable, if not for the occasional soft whispers of the wind or the frequent chirps of insects. This is someone else. Penelope? Sorry, deeper than that. Penelope! Yeah. Just then, a deep voice broke through the silence. Both their attentions immediately snapped towards the new arrival. Father! Penelope froze. The man was of towering height, about a head and a half taller than Odysseus. He had the same hair colour as Penelope, with hair tied to the back and length that rested a little past his shoulders. The wrinkles on his face reflected his age, coupled with the bushy facial hair that covered them. His eyes were sharp and unwelcoming, dark and deep blue like the ocean. "Oh, Icarius, Before Odysseus could finish his words, the man had marched by Penelope's side, pushed Odysseus away, and pulled the girl behind him. The girl quivered at his presence. To untrained eyes, it may seem like the ducks were just being noisy ducks, but to both Penelope and Odysseus, they could tell that the birds had become agitated. They never really liked father. We got more law, more law. Icarius. Not to be mistaken with Icarus. Prince Icarius was a Spartan king along with his brother Tyndareus. He's also known as a champion foot racer who has supposedly never lost a match. Dotes on his daughter Penelope. The ducks don't have a favourable impression of him. You see, maybe we only get character sprites for people the ducks like. What were you planning to do with my daughter? Hold on. Aren't you the king of Ithaca, Odysseus? Looks like my reputation precedes me. Penelope, we're going. Huh? But... And you, he pointed at Odysseus, don't come near my daughter again. Prince Icarius immediately pulled his daughter with him, without letting her make a single peep. Yikes! I'm hated, huh? Below, a duck was pecking on his foot. What's up, little guy? Follow you? The duck waddled. Alright, let's see what's up. Penelope hung her head low throughout the trip back to her room. The father and daughter didn't talk at all until they reached the place. Penelope, stay away from that man, you hear? Finally, she lifted up her head. Why? Odysseus is... Even though the girl had always obeyed her father, she found herself answering back. Honestly, it took her all just to speak a word in front of him. Just listen to me, all right? You know that I want nothing more than your safety. She flinched. He continued speaking without regard to the girl's words. Anyway, it's getting late. I'll send you dinner in a bit, but then you'd better tuck in for the night. Fine. I mean, even if we protest, I don't think we're going to get anywhere. The girl pursed her lips and nodded. He's not going to listen, is he? It's better if I comply. Now that's a good girl. I'll get you whatever you want once we get home, so just behave yourself. The man spoke sweetly, but the girl didn't feel comfort from his words. In fact, she felt fear. Good night, dear. And with that, he shut the door. She may not have noticed it herself, but Penelope held her breath until the man's footsteps had completely disappeared. I wonder how Odysseus is doing. How am I going to face him after that? Penelope chuckled at the duck's response. Thanks. I guess he'll brush it off like usual, huh? I do wonder why my father was especially hostile toward him. Penelope sat by her bedside and sighed. Earlier, she was just worrying about not seeing Odysseus again because they'd both have to go home eventually. But she didn't expect her father to find them the way he did and be opposed to seeing each other completely. He did always try to fend off men from coming near me. Somehow, things had gone from not that bad to actually bad. Even though she had other sisters, her father was especially protective of her. In the eyes of many, Penelope would be considered as Prince Icarius's favourite daughter. Just then, she heard a tapping sound coming from the window. Ah, it's the duck that's brought Odysseus! Probably. Oh! Why are you outside? One of the ducks was knocking on her window. Penelope got up to let the bird in. Down here! Below was Odysseus, waving at her. Odysseus? She gasped in a hushed voice. The man looked around, making sure that no one was nearby, and then started scaling the walls up to her room. Odysseus, what are you... Shh! Just keep quiet. He winked as he climbed up one of the building's pillars. Phew, actually that was easy. The man wiped an imaginary sweat off his forehead. What are you doing here? You'll get in trouble if they catch you. He just shrugged. Yeah, I always get in trouble. More importantly, I couldn't have just left you like that. You looked like you were about to cry. I did? Yes. Odysseus nodded, holding out his hands to cup her cheeks. Even right now, you look like you're about to cry. Now you look red as an apple. Just pick one. Do you want to be sweet or do you want to tease? Well, I hope you feel better now. Thank you for coming over. It's nothing. If anything, I feel like I'm the one intruding here. Well, probably because you are. And I apologize about my father. He can be oversensitive sometimes. Well, he was overbearing. Don't sweat it. Besides, it's not like I haven't heard about him. It's widely known that Prince Icarius dotes on his favourite daughter. I just didn't know it was you out of your sisters, he said, playfully booping her nose with his finger. Oh, nose boop. Penelope shoved his hand away. Favourite. Right. Well, I've got to go before I end up getting busted and kicked out of here. Odysseus gave the girl a single gentle pat on the head. Nose boops and head pats. Nice. If I don't see you at the garden tomorrow, you better get this window ready again. At that comment, the girl perked up. All right. There we go, the sunshine smile I wanted to see. Take care of her, guys, he added, addressing his words to the ducks. And with that, he climbed down from her window. Penelope watched from her room as he waved one last time before scurrying off. Tomorrow I have to figure out how to slip out. The demo ends here. Thank you for playing. Wishlist Pre-Odyssey Love at First Quack now to receive updates. And yeah, if you want to wishlist it, the link is in the description box of this video. That was fun. As I said, I am a myth nerd. And this is adorable. And it's full of puns, and I love it. Am I sure this is an Otome game? Female protagonist, love interest, yeah? It's got everything it needs. It's just one that only has one love interest. But yes, anyway, thank you very much for watching. This has been a lot of fun. If you're new here and you've enjoyed your time, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can also follow me on social media, which is also linked in the description box. The streaming schedule for this channel is found both over there on social media and over here on YouTube in the posts tab of the channel. The next scheduled stream, and the last for this week, is tomorrow, Sunday, 2 PM, to begin Nina Aquila Legal Eagle, Chapter 4, Sacred Feathers, which I am very looking forward to. So yeah, I hope to see you then, or another time. Once again, thank you very much for coming, and this is Kalla signing out. See ya! Bye bye!